everybody, I'm Kesha Pingree, author, writer, reader. Today I'm doing another book review. Today's book review is Work For It by Talia Hibbert. I said in my introduction video that I write and read primarily fantasy, and while that's true, I also said there'd probably be some other genres in here. This is the case of other genres. Work For It is a romance. And I write a lot of romance in my fantasy, so, you know, they're like sibling genres now. I've had my eye on Talia for a while. I don't know how I initially found her, actually. But I've been following her on social media and I've been wanting to read one of her books. And so I finally grabbed one and read one. And I did not regret it. It was a very good choice. And I will tell you why. And now I will explain the premise. Work For It is about two men from very different worlds. Olu and Griff. So Olu comes from, you know, the high life, money, that sort of thing. And he's a lawyer by trade, or at least he's trained as such. He's got a pretty smart mouth. No, he's great. And then Griff is from the countryside. He works on Fernley Farm. He's in charge of all this stuff. And he works for one of these people who lives the high life, like Olu. But that man pretty much never does anything for his business, so Griff runs it. Olu's running away from himself, basically, and his life, just everything. He's been struggling with depression and his own self-worth, quite honestly. And so he's trying to find a place where he can take a break, essentially. Somewhere he can get fresh air. He learns about Fernley Farm and how they'll be opening to the public to harvest elderflower. And he, picks up and goes. And this is where, of course, Olu and Griff meet for the first time. Their initial meeting is pretty rocky because Olu's been trying to deal with this depression in not the healthiest ways. Olu is a person who, he's a guy who looks really good, like everybody thinks he's gorgeous, and Griff is no exception. Griff is the tall town giant pariah. He has one really good friend, and most other people are not very nice to him. This is one of those romances where, you know, the sex comes first and the romance comes later. No, that's not true. That's how it was originally going to turn out, because that's what Olu's kind of been doing. He's like, I'll feel better if I have sex, that sort of thing. But it's not true. He needs someone like Griff in his life, someone who actually cares about him and wants to lift him up. And that's essentially how this story works out. It's a really nice story about people, just real people, and how life is pretty rocky, and how we gotta stick up for each other. And that a real romance, true love, is that sort of thing, where you accept everything about someone. It's very heartwarming. And I loved this book. I read it in like 2 days. And if you know me, it can take me a while to read books. So I always consider a book very good if I can just sit down and blow through it. Obviously this is an adult romance. So if any kids are watching this, this is not for you. I thought the book's pacing was really good. I didn't feel like it was too fast or too slow. I felt like everything came at the right time, in the right time. The writing style is pretty delightful. Well, first of all, I'm American, whatever, USA English, so I was kind of thrown through a loop because I've not really read like UK English in books before, or I guess at all really, I don't know. So there were certain phrases and stuff that I didn't personally know that well, but it wasn't hard for me to get into, but it was an experience for me. Talia has it's a lot Olu himself. He's pretty snarky. He has a sharp tongue, but he was fun to read. Griff is a sweetheart. It's from both of their perspectives, first person, so you really get their voices. I feel like Talia captures Olu's depression really well. Not in a way that would drive readers away, I think, because sometimes, well, obviously, depression can be a very heavy thing to explore in a story. But she does it really well, So yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed this story. I thought it was an excellent romance. If you like romance at all, I recommend this book to you. I've got links to the book below in the description for Google Play, Apple Books, and Amazon. I'm an affiliate at these places, so I'll earn a little bit of money if you buy the book through one of my links. And if you read this book, tell me what you think and leave reviews, because authors always need reviews on Amazon, wherever you bought the book. We appreciate it greatly. And beyond that, remember to subscribe, like, ring the bell if you want to see more of my reviews, more of me, whatever. That's it. Thanks guys. See you later.